The subject, change your thoughts, change your life. It's really, really hard to do that, guys. It's a tough deal. When we start to think about what's going on today, Mr. Mufara very, very soon is going to come out and talk about phase two. And we're in a really, really good place. So as we're waiting for that, what do we think about? How do we change our mindset? How do we get to that place where we know we're going to be moving forward in a very, very good way? And again, it's a really, really hard thing to do. And I want to simplify it just a little bit. And I want to start with a question. Do you know where you're going? Pretty simple question. Do you know where you're going? And I'm not talking about tomorrow or the rest of the night or the next week. Do you know where you're going over the course of the next 1 or 2 or 3 years? And the reason I bring this up, and it really is something that I think everybody should think about. It's really, really important. I'll give you a reason why you should start thinking about it. But right now, today, if you know where you're going, and I know where I'm going, Marty knows where he's going, Dan Street knows where he's going. If you know where you're going, you're 5% of the population. That's it. It's a really, really tight-knit group. Most people, they start to dream, they start to think about their ambitions and what they want to do and how they want to do it. And they start to think about it. And what gets in the way is their mind is telling them, that's a great thought. That's a great ambition, but you can't do that. You'll never get there. There's no way you can get there. And I think today, if you can start thinking about where you want to be, where are you going, become part of that 5%. And then I'm going to add the caveat, and this changes everything. 5% of the people in the world, this isn't local, this is the world, know where they're going. Okay. Of that 5%, if you know how to get there, now you're 3% of the population. Do you know how you're going to get there? And again, when we start thinking about what Mr. Mufara is bringing out, phase two, as he starts to explain what's going to be going on in phase two, all of a sudden you can start dreaming again, because Mr. Mufara is throwing in the caveat that, okay, you dream as big as you want to dream, and I'm going to throw in the other element, which shows you how to get there. And, people, they get a little bit annoyed with me when I tell them, I know where I'm going. I know what's going to happen. I know how this thing ends. And I know that because the first time Marty, Dan, and I talked to Mr. Mufara, his vision became mine. It's mine. Yeah, he's done all the work. He's done all these things. It's mine, and I will not go back. So when we start to think about where Mr. Mufara is, what he's bringing to the table, and that other element he's giving you, okay, dream your dream, know where you're going, know where you're going. And then Mr. Mufara is going to come on and he's going to tell you, okay, this is how you're going to get here. If you have those two elements, if you're part of the 3% of the population, this is so rare, this is so unique. You can't find this anyplace else. You come in, you go to work with Mr. Mufara, all of a sudden you have all the pieces to get exactly where you want to be. And again, people, they get annoyed when I say I know. And what I want to say to them today, you can know too. In fact, everybody here says a little bit about a little everything all the time. And if you come in and if you absorb all this stuff, you're going to know. But let me give you 2 examples where if you go and you watch them, you're going to know. Okay. Marty DeGarmo did 2 videos last week. The first video was all the elements necessary to market online. And it was an absolute awesome video. Not only was it awesome, but you're also going, holy mackerel, who the hell can do that? Very, very few people can do that. But he showed you all the elements that were out there, what the top marketers use to develop a marketing system and bring money into their organization. And then he showed you what Mr. Mufareh was doing, bringing all these elements together under one umbrella, putting in an automated marketing platform that we can come in and use and put it to work for us using artificial intelligence and traffic. If you don't know, go look at that video. Now, I'll recommend to Marty to put these two videos where people can find them very, very easily, because they're getting harder to find now. You really need to spotlight these two videos. The other video that he did, once you understand what Mr. Mufareh is doing, once you understand the system, once you understand everything he's doing for you to come in and use the system and bring in income, build an income online, Marty went over the numbers, and he did it very, very generically. And, you know, Marty and I, we talk occasionally. The numbers he used the other day, they blew people away. I talked to some people, they said, I looked at those numbers, I was blown away. There's no way that can happen. These are very, very conservative numbers, guys. You don't hear when Marty DeGarmo gets crazy. That's not crazy. That's very, very conservative. When I get into the numbers, sometimes I go places I shouldn't go. Listen, it was a really, really good video, and you need to watch both of those videos if you want to know how you're going to get it done. How's it going to happen for you? How are you going to develop an income online? How is all this stuff going to happen? Marty did those two videos. It'll show you how everything is done. So when this is a really, really good time for this topic, Minnow. I thought it was an excellent topic. You need to start thinking about where you're going. Do you know where you're going? Find that out. Mr. Mufareh can't do that for you. You have to do that. Where do you want to go? Where do you end up? What are your ambitions? What are your dreams? What are your aspirations? What do you want to do? You need to do that and become the 5% of the population that know where they're going. Okay, you absolutely need to do that, and you need to do that now. Then Mr. Mufareh, as we go into phase 2, is going to bring the other element in, and he's going to show you how to get there. This is so cool. You guys don't understand how cool it is right now. So I just wanted to add that to the mix, Minnow. If you don't know how, watch Marty's videos. You'll find out how, and then from there, as Mr. Mufareh has told us many, many, many times, you need to start dreaming. And that's a really, really good thing, especially when you have the vehicle to take care of that dream.